everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you popped over to see what I am up to. For everyone who is new here and sees me for the first time, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. On this channel I keep it short. You will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump into today's DIY inspiration. For this DIY we need of course our tumbling tile blocks, the bigger ones or the smaller ones, just what you use. I have some ribbon at your choice, some tea lights, some the battery operated tea lights, some paint at your choice. Of course we also need the black paint, but maybe you like a red paint, also fine. We're going to use some wood glue, or maybe if you use your glue gun, you use your hot glue. I have my scissors, my markers, and of course some cutting tools and some brushes, always in one little container, so I always have it around me. I have here some carrots, of course they are faux carrots, and I am using a couple of them, and my wet old towel on a saucer for wiping away the glue. This is the main piece we need for this easy DIY. And before we going to start with that DIY, you always love to know what we're going to make. But probably you could see it on the thumbnail. But we are going to make 3 sizes of snowman, but lighted snowman. So we will see how this will turn out. Always in the packets are always blocks with some mark on it. And I'm going to use them for the bottom because I'm going to turn it over and then you don't see it anymore. So we're going to take 3 blocks and then we don't have to throw away nothing of our blocks. So I'm going to glue them together this way, and the third one will be the closure up. Squeeze it, press it down like this, and we're going to get our towel and we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. Also on this side the same. This is already the first bottom. We need 2 of this one, so we're going to make 2. One you will use as a bottom and the other one will be used as a head later. So I'm going to glue them together again, squeeze it, press it down, and get your towel, wipe away the glue you don't need, like this, and we're going to place it over here. Now we're going to get our blocks and we're going to do 2 blocks together, and we do that 4 times. And this is number 1. This is number 2 and number 3, and of course glue them together. This is also a DIY you can do with your children or grandchildren. They would love also making their own snowman, and especially when you can light it. It's always fun if you have it in the evening. At least I like a lot of candles and lights, but of course that's not everyone's thing. But if you like it just like me, then this is very much fun to do. And you see we have 4 pieces, and we are going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I did let them dry in for a couple of minutes, but of course they are not totally dry yet because it is wood glue. If you have your glue gun, then it goes a little bit faster, but it also breaks a little bit faster. I'm going to do some glue on the side, and I'm going to glue this one over here. And we made, who is here already for a long time knows, we made this kind of squares already a long time. So we're going to glue this one on this side, and always on this one we're going to do it on one side, on this side. And you see for this one, and we're going to do this on the ending of this block. So not on the side, but on the ending. You see, we have it over here and we have it on the top of here, of course, over here, and then we can place it very easily, and then will be on each side will be some glue, and then squeeze a little together, and then redo it and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while the first one is drying, we are going to make again 4 pieces of 2, the same and like we did with the other one. So again, very easy, and this way. And of course, if there are people who don't like to see it the step by step, just skip forward. Of course, I hope you don't, but if you don't want to see how it's really made, and of course, I don't do all the sizes this way, because or else you will be very bored. Even when a lot of friends say they are not bored, but of course, I understand that there are people which is taking a little bit too long. So I'm going to let this dry in also for a couple of minutes again. So we are going to do with this tool, of course, also the same like we did with the other one. We're just going to make a nice square and again place it against each other this way and squeeze a little. We're going to do it on this side, over here, and we're going to place it against it. And this one the same, we're going to do one on the side and we're going to do one on this side. I always have to look for which one I have to glue, or else I'm sitting on the wrong side. So again, squeeze it over here and again make a nice square, adjust it a little, and then going to let it dry the same like we did with this one. So I let both of them dry in for a couple of minutes, and now we're going to do some glue on the middle, a little bit on the inside of the block. You see over here, this way, because then if the glue is falling, it's falling inside and not too much on the outside. And we're going to place both of them on top of each other, and we're going to try to make a nice straight line, as straight as we can have it, and this way. And we're going to let this dry in also for a couple of minutes. Now you see I have here the one with the mark. I'm going to turn it over this way. I'm going to do some glue on the inside again of our 2 blocks high squares. Do some glue over here and over here and this way. And we're going to very easily turn it over on top of here and exactly in the middle. And that's the great thing about wood glue, you still can readjust it a little. If you want to have it exactly in the middle, you can get your ruler and just measure it out. But of course I do it just with seeing how it is. Most of the time I'm lucky and it is in the middle. But if you want to be sure, you also can measure it out. So this is already one piece. We're going to place it apart. Now we have still one of this one. So we're going to get again 2 pieces. And again, number 3 of 2 and number 4 of 2. And we're going to glue this one also together. And very easy, just lay them just against each other. And then the glue doesn't go down anymore if you glue them already a little bit together. So this way, squeeze it, press it down. And again, squeeze it and press it down, because the blocks will sometimes be a little bit offline, and then it's always great that you also press it down. So you see this, if I do this way, you see already one is coming up, and I'm going to do this one. And now again, we're going to let this dry for a couple of minutes, but you know already the drill. And we're going to get our 2 blocks and we're going to do the same. We're going to make a square. I think a lot of you can even hear me saying a square anymore, because I say it so many times. I'm going to glue this one against it. I'm going to do this one over here, and I'm going to do this one on the top and the side. I can totally, if I hear myself, I totally understand that you sometimes think, oh, I wish you didn't say that, but I have to say it so. And just remember, afterwards you have your own nice, cute, little lighted snowmans. And this way. And I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes again. What we're going to do right now, we have our 3-piece, we have our square, and I have one bigger block. And I show you with the smaller block the size difference. And you see, I use one block and I'm going to smaller block and I'm going to glue it inside of here, because it will be the stand for my tea light. But of course, if you don't have the smaller blocks, just cut off from a bigger block 1/4 of your block. So you see already, you just have to cut off and of course measure out with your tea light how high your tea light is, what you need to cut off. Then you can use a bigger block, but I have of course the smaller blocks also. So I'm going to do a little bit of glue on the bottom over here, and I'm going to place it exactly in the middle of our 3-piece. And of course I have to go in the middle. I don't have it in the middle this way. So I'm going to let this dry in also for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to glue the rest together. So now we're going to get our glue. We are going to turn it over, and we're going to do on the inside again some glue over here, and we're going to place it over it, and again exactly in the middle. And this way I have to go a little to the right, and this will be the head of our snowman. So we're going to let this dry in, and this is already the small size of our snowman. And now I show you, of course, what you can do if you're using the smaller blocks. I give you the measurement, and then you can build your own snowman. Now for everyone who uses the smaller blocks, it is very easy. The only thing what you need to know for the snowman, lighted snowman, is of course you have to know that the bottom is 5, 5 glued together this way for a bottom, but this same piece you're also going to use on the top for the head. That will be the same if I do with my bigger blocks. Only you have 5, 5, and it's again 10, and you are going to do the middle piece of the lighted snowman. You are going to do 3, you see over here, 3 pieces or 4 pieces of 3. I'm going to place them out for you so you can see it a little bit better. You just do 3 this way, 3, 3, 3, and this will be 1 layer for on top of your snowman. And we're going to build it up. We're going to do 2 layers, 3 layers, and 4 layers, because we're going to make 3 sizes of lighted snowmen. But these are the base numbers you need. 5, 5 glued together. You use it as a bottom, and you use 1 at the top. So you only need 2 pieces for each snowman. So it is very easy. And I'm going to do this one is very easy. 3, 3, 3, and you're just going to place them together this way. You're going to do this one against it and this one in between, and you have a nice little square. And you can do even a candle holder inside, but you see that later how we do it inside of the head. But that's the basis you need for the smaller blocks. So now we go further with the bigger blocks, but you already have your numbers. Also for the medium size, we are going to do the same bottom and top. So we're going to make 2 of the 3-piece again, in this way. It's very easy. Lay it aside, and again 3 blocks. I don't have blocks with marks anymore, so I'm going to use now the plain blocks. And again 3 squeeze together, and this way. What we're going to do with the medium size, I'm going to do 3 high, but of course if you want to have them even longer or much wider, then you also can go of course for bigger sizes, but I'm going to do for 3 sizes. So I'm going to do again 2, 2, 2, and again 2, but of course I'm going to do this 3 times high. Of course I have to do it the right way, or else I have too many blocks and it doesn't work. So I'm going to build 3 high, and then of course I do it a little bit faster. You saw already that one size of the blocks was so offline, so I did break it off and again do a new one. And of course there is slipped one with a marker inside, so I didn't see it because he was turning over, so I have to be sure that I have it on the inside. So I'm going to get my 3 squares. I'm going to need, of course I'm going to glue this together. I'm going to do some glue on this side. I'm going to place it over here, and now we're going to do on this side and on the top. Then we already have 1, and this way, and now we already have squeeze a little, And we have our own square again. And I'm going to do the other two a little faster again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get one of the bottoms and I'm going to turn this one over. I'm going to glue again on the inside, the same like we did with the first one. And we're going to build up our body of the snowman. So we're going to place it on top of here. And again, look if you have it in the middle this way. And I'm going to glue, of course, this one on, turn over and do some glue again over here. And we're going to place it on top of this one. And make sure that you have it in a straight line, because now you can still readjust it. So it's always a good thing not to wait too long when you glue them together. Of course, there is a possibility if you're going to get this up and it will scramble in your, in your hands. But just be careful, and it doesn't matter if even when it is going a little bit out of each other, you still can readjust it, so don't worry about it. If you use hot glue, you don't have that problem, but like I said earlier, the only thing what I don't like about hot glue is that you only have to give it one little, here in the net we call it a little tick, and it's falling apart. And that's what I don't like, if my DIYs are falling apart, because you want to have them for a long time. So this is already number 3. What we're going to do, because we have again his head, we're going to go again the same 2 pieces, 2 and 2, and again 2, and we're going to repeating the same. And also from these 4 pieces we are going to make a square again. And you see, I also glued in this one in the middle a smaller block to give it also a stand for when we are going to place our head on top of here, and our light has a little stand to stand on. Of course, I know what I want to say, because a lot of you are using a metal hook using for make straight lines of blocks. Of course, I have one laying around, but I'm sorry, most of the time, I'm not going to use it. I don't know if it's just because I'm a crazy lady, but most of the time I always do it with my hands. I have to have the feeling of it. But if you want to use the metal hook and you like that you have a nice square line, of course, go ahead and just use it, because you are much smarter than I am, but I'm always doing it with my hands. I know sometimes I'm a little bit, how you call it? Here in the Netherlands we say eigenwijs. So I don't know how you call it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to easily turn this one over, and I'm going to do again some glue in the middle over here, and we're going to carefully, we're going to place it over here, and again try to find the middle. I have to go over here a little bit, and this way, and we're going to let this dry in also. So we have already our small size, we have the medium size, and now we're going to go for the large size. But if you want to, you're not wanting to use too many blocks, you also can do a size lower. So I have one with 2 high, 3 high, and you can go, I'm now going for 4 high. But if you don't want to use too many blocks, you also can go for 1 high, 2 high and 3 high. Then you just make a smaller one than this one. You just could do 1 high, but I'm going to like it that's a little bit more higher in my home. So I'm going to go again for 3 blocks. That's the great thing about this DIY. You can choose your own size. You don't have to do what everyone else does or what someone else does. You can just give your own twist on it. You always can give your own twist on it, I always say, because that makes your DIY and not someone else's. So always give your own twist on it, and it makes your DIY unique and makes it especially for you, I always show you a little bit of the base. And again, we have our 2 flat pieces of 3 again. And now I'm going to do the rest a little bit faster. And you see already I have my 4 pieces for my large base, and of course I'm going to again do some glue on the underside. I think you already know what to do. I'm just going to show it you a little bit faster, and I'm going to build them on top of each other because I don't want to wait too long. Of course, I'm going to have to look for if I have the straight line or else I have it upside down. That's not what we want because I want the lines of the blocks also in the same direction. But if you like a little bit of changing, you can do them, of course, in a different way. And I'm going to squeeze them on top of here and this way. And we're going to make sure that everything is in the middle. We're going to go turn this over, and of course be careful because it's still not totally dry yet. So I'm going to do over here a little glue, and I'm going to build this up again, and this way we're going to build it on top of each other. And now the last one, of course, turn it over, and then we're going to let it at least dry for I think before we're going to paint it, we're going to let it dry for at least an hour and a half, until everything is almost dried up. And go look on all the sides if everything is fitting correctly. So, and go with your fingers around it until a straight line. The only thing what we still need to do, we have this piece of his head. We only need again 1 time, and then we are totally finished with all the 2 blocks. Then I know you can't hear it anymore. So, and a number 4. So I'm going to glue them together, and then we already have the last head for this day. So, and now also for the last snowman, we are going to do the underside with some glue, and then we have our 3 snowmen finished. So I know this was a little bit, I know even when I see it back, it was a little bit boring because it's a lot of the same things you need to do. But of course, for everyone who enjoys seeing it, I understand. That's why I do it this way. So, and this is the last of the heads. And now we're going to do, let it rest for a couple of hours. And then we're going to paint this in the black color, and of course choose any color for your snowman. But even snowmen can also have a wax finished. You can stain it in the brown color, in any color. I always say a snowman, of course, normally is white, but I think I'm going to do mine in a little bit of a sand color, but we will see. And here I have my 3 snowmen that you see already. My block is over here, and I can place easily my tea light on top of here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my black schoolboard paint, and I'm going to paint, of course, my snowman's head in the black color. I'm going to do all 3 of them, but of course I will do it a little bit faster so you don't have to wait for it. So I have the snowman's head, of course, in the black color, and now we're going to do the snowman, and I'm going to use a little bit of the sand color. It's a little bit off-white because that's more fitting with my decor, but of course, go ahead if you want to use the totally white. So I'm going to just give it, and this dries up also like almost white, but it's just a little touch of it. And here you see also a little piece of the wood shining through, and I am really loving that. So I'm going to go for this color. place you a little bit closer because here we have our snowman's head. What we're going to do, I take 3 pieces of a ribbon. I go for the green, the red and the brown, and I'm going to cut off a small piece like this. I'm just going to cut it straight, and this way I'm going to do my glue gun, and I'm going to do a little bit of glue at the ending of the brown color because I'm going to give it a nice piece of ribbon around our snowman's head this way. So I'm going to do some glue. Of course, I hope that my glue gun is working with me, and just a little small line this way, and I'm going to place it totally in the middle and under this way, and I'm going to squeeze it, and I'm going to go around. Is you ready? Very easy and simple. Just go around the head, and I'm going to take a little bit of the wider ribbon, but of course you can do a smaller ribbon. You can do anything you like. Which ribbon maybe you like a little bit more with some snowmans on top of it. You don't have to do it the way that I do, but just do whatever you think is right. And I'm going to do a little line of my ribbon. Oh, you see, this way. And I'm going to pull it over, and I'm going to place it. Of course, always when my camera is running, I'm doing so difficult. And you see already, this is how our first snowman's head is already looking like. So I make a brown one, a green one and a red one. So we have our ribbon, and what we're going to do, we're going to make some eyes and of course a nose. We are going to do the eyes. I have a piece of carrot, and I did just cut a piece off, and I hope that it will work because I'm not a great drawer, so I'm really lousy in drawing. So I am hoping that this will work if I do some paint on top of here, just in the round, and then I hope if I place it on top, it will give a nice round eye, but I really have no idea. So bear with me, and I hope it will it will work. So I'm going to place one over here, and you see already it doesn't work. So I'm going to get my pencil, and I'm just going to try, and I hope the best of it. So I'm just going to make a nice little round inside, and you see already this is totally not the way I want to have it, but of course I will finish up. I'm going to make 2 rounds, so we will see how this will look like. So I did my best on the eyes. Normally I use googly eyes, but I thought I'd give it a try. I hope you do a better job than I do. Of course, what I'm also going to do, I'm going to get 3 tea lights, of course battery operated, and I'm going to give them a black coat. You see already they are flickering very nicely, and I'm going to give them a black coat, just easy with my black marker. So, and I'm going to place it in the, make it in the black color, so it's fitting inside of the head of the snowman. Of course, my tea lights are drying, and now I have a little bag always with some carrots. And of course, I'm going to take out 3 of them, and I do 3 of them in different sizes because the big one, I do a bigger one, and then I go a little bit smaller and smaller until the little one, because or else the nose will be too big for the bigger one. I ordered this one always online on AliExpress, but I think you also can get them with Temu, if I am correctly, and probably also in a store. I always buy them at Easter time, so I have always a bag with me for when I'm making my snowman, because I am loving snowman, so I make them a lot. So I'm going to do 3 of them, and then I'm going to cut them on different sizes. So you see I have 3 sizes of my nose, and this is of course the middle one. So I'm going to do some glue on the inside, and of course make sure, because the glue is melting a little bit your styrofoam from inside, from your carrot. So of course we're going to glue it in the middle. Very easy, just place it over here and keep it in place for a little moment. And so I'm going to do the rest also. And here you see how my snowman's head turned out. I know there are a lot of you who can draw much better. So I just did with some marker a little mouth. And of course the eyes are not totally perfect. And the nose is very easy because the nose was already done. So this one was very easy. Before I'm going to glue the head on top of here, I'm going to give it a tie. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give again some red one, a brown one, and of course a green one. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a piece of my ribbon. I'm going to do some glue on the back side. I think I'm going to glue it in the middle over here. And I'm going to glue it on this side and on the sides and on the sides over here. And then I'm going to make a nice tie. So very easy. I'm just get my glue gun and I'm going to do some hot glue on the back side. So very easy. And I'm going to do a little drop just under the middle line. So very easy. And I'm just going to lay my ribbon inside of it this way. And I'm going to place it. And the ribbon is exactly in the middle and this way. And now already I have one. I'm going to do on this side a little drop because we want to have it straight. And again some line over here. Place your ribbon over it and again squeeze it. We're going to do the other side the same. Make sure that you have it on the underside of the middle. Again, some glue. And I'm going to place it to the front. And now we have two pieces on the front. And now I'm going to try to make a tie. But I don't know, maybe I think a lot of you already know how to make a tie. So I'm going to try to do my best over it. And I have really no idea if this will work or not. So I placed you a little bit closer, and because I always show you the things that go wrong, I show you also what did go wrong. I glued already my ribbon on top of it. That's not the way it's supposed to be if you want to make a tie. So what I did, I just wrapped it off and I'm going to start over, because if you want to make a tie, you just do it over here. Very easy. And I'm going to try to show you this way, because I'm going to go this ribbon over this one and I'm going to go under it, go over it, and I'm going to the back side and come inside of here this way, and I'm going to do it under this one and I'm going to pull it down, and now you see already we have our tie. And what I did, of course, I glued it already on top of my snowman, and that doesn't work because then it can't move anymore. So don't do it the way I did it, just this way. And I'm going to glue it in a moment on the back side. But first we're going to make this tie a little bit closer this way. So he is fitting a little bit better. We're going to work with it. And then I'm going to cut off this piece, and then we go have a nice tie in front, and I'm going to glue it. But like I always say, I also show you the mistakes, and this was really a wrong mistake to glue it. And now I can easily go to the side, do a little bit of glue over here and on the back side, and I'm going to glue it together. So, but learn from my mistake. So, and the last thing, what we still need to do, of course, we are to go to glue our head on top of our snowman. What I'm going to do some wood glue in the middle of the opening, and this way, just over here. Not too much, because it only needs to stick a little. And I'm going to look where I ended my ribbon, and it's on this side, and of course this side I want to have also on the back side. So, but I'm going to do it this way. Where is he? He's over here, so this will be over here, and I'm going to turn it over and then going to place it on top of here, so I can better judge where the middle will be, this way. So, and now I'm going to glue all three of them, and in a moment you see the quick impression. And here you see a quick impression of our tumbling tile blocks. I think rustic, vintage looking snowman. And I'm so happy how all three of them turned out. And of course, you don't have to make all three sizes. You can do whatever you like. Of course, I hope you took out your tumbling tile blocks too and did this DIY already together with me. And you also have right now your own cute snowman with your own twist on it. And of course, if you're only here to watch, I hope you had fun watching. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. And for more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there. Have an amazing day, everyone. See you next time. Bye.